Right-hand down.
It's been a summer of sport at this recreation centre in Yeovil.
Good.
But back in January, I was here when people feared these facilities would close because Somerset Council couldn't afford them. There was a campaign. And now, the future looks secure. The local town council's taken the site on to the relief of many, like Rosie.
It's like everyone can keep using it, and it will just be another space that everyone can come to and enjoy their time here.
By handing over facilities like this to others to keep them going and by cutting back on services, Somerset Council has managed to avoid going bankrupt. But they're already looking ahead to next year, and they say the financial picture looks bleak. I've come to Somerset Council's offices because they're having a meeting, and among the things they're talking about is how they're going to save money. They've agreed to let us in to film, so I'm just going to go through. They're selling off council assets, things like land, offices and historic buildings.
Some individuals might find quite sad and heartbreaking, but I think that's the inevitability as we slim down the council too.
They're also looking at saving millions from the council's wage bill. Around 1,000 posts are set to go. That's a quarter of the workforce.
We don't need as many desks in offices.
The empty desks are a visible symbol of the measures they're having to take. What a lot of people always say is councils are wasteful. You can cut back without cutting our services.
We are doing everything we can to make this council as efficient and as productive as possible. The simple fact is that a lot of councils are going to run out of money because the demand for our services and the price of providing those services is far greater than our income.
The financial strain isn't specific to Somerset. The government says it will work with councils to get local government back on its feet, promising more stability when it comes to funding. But for now, in many places, it's local communities having to step up. Philip runs a social enterprise, clearing gardens for those struggling.
Giving people back their gardens, we're helping people feel less lonely.
But says public sector funding is increasingly hard to come by.
But because of austerity, because of lack of funding and the cuts that are having to be made right across the public sector, there aren't the budgets there to support the work that we're doing.
A quick fix is unlikely, particularly given government warnings about the pressure on public finances. But many councils say there is a limit to how long they can keep cutting back just to keep going. Alex Forsyth, BBC News, Somerset.